Today's reading is going to be all about the next most significant new connection that is entering your life. And this connection could be any type of connection. This could be a new friend, this could be a new business partner, a new romantic partner. So I'm leaving it very, very open and we'll just see what comes through for you. But that is the focus of today's reading. So if you are interested in who is going to be coming into your life within the next 6 to 12 months, then stay tuned. The idea for this reading actually came from one of you guys. So a user named Meta Rose, I hope I am not saying it wrong in any way, was the one who wrote to me in the comment section and suggested that this would be a good video idea, and here we are. So thank you so much for the suggestion, and I am always very much open to any video ideas that you would like to see from me, so make sure to leave those in the comment section for future reference as well. But we have 3 piles to choose from in today's reading, and they go as such. The first pile is represented by this card, as well as this serpentine stone. The second pile is represented by this card, as well as the peach moonstone. Finally, the third pile is represented by this card and the tiger's eye stone. If you already know which pile you want to watch, or if you want to watch all of them, you can go into the description box and click on the timestamp that you need. But if you are not sure, then what you can do is close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and really center into this present moment. See what your body is telling you. Is there a special color that is speaking to you? Is there an animal that you feel some sort of pull towards? Is it the stone that calls to you? Is it the number? Or is it the keyword on the cards? You can go off of anything. And as I always say, trust your intuition. See what your body is telling you to move towards and go off of that. But always, as you are listening to these general messages, please don't forget to use your discernment as well. And now, without further ado, let's jump into it. Hello and welcome to your reading pile number 1. My name is Helen and I am so excited to be doing this reading for you. Thank you so much for being here with me. Now, you chose this serpentine stone, which I'm going to put right over here, and also this porcupine spirit card. Now, we do have some pre-prepared oracle cards, which we are going to be looking at in just a few. But I first want to sort of glimpse a few intuitive messages that I'm picking up on from this porcupine spirit card, which says time for beginner mind. And looking at this card, I get the sense that you could be someone who is rather guarded or who doesn't really wear their heart on their sleeve. You may have gone through quite a lot of either difficult relationships with people, or on the other spectrum of it, you could be someone who has never been in like a committed relationship at all, regardless of how old you are. And maybe you just have a hard time in general finding that sort of connection with people that would be, you know, vulnerable and intimate and where you would feel safe to open up, because this porcupine is definitely giving off an energy of, you know, sort of keeping to themselves, and with all of these, you know, prickly needles that they have on their back. I'm not sure whether they actually called needles. Maybe they have a specific name, but sorry, this thing is, yeah, that's better. So I'm not sure what they are called, but they are definitely prickly and sharp, and they are there to protect him, right? And so I get a sense that you may have something similar. You may have a very protective aura around you. And I feel like it takes a lot of time for you to feel safe around people. And you may be more of an introverted person in general, or even if you don't feel like an introvert necessarily, it just seems like you are not someone who like rushes into a room full of new people and just starts, you know, like introducing themselves to everyone. I feel like you are more so someone who likes to quietly observe, read the room, and then let other people come to you. And then you sort of choose off of the vibe whether you want to actually talk to the person for a longer time and whether you want to have like a substantial connection and, sorry, a substantial conversation with them or not. So it feels like you are someone who is very cautious when it comes to connecting with people, and you definitely are not someone who is very loud and attention grabbing, you know? That doesn't seem to be your vibe at all. And with this time for beginner mind, what I'm feeling is that you may be sort of finding yourself in a position, or maybe you are even pushing yourself into this place now where you are trying to be more open-minded, trying to be more sort of receptive and open to new energies, new people, new situations in general. Because I feel like it's starting to get a bit tiresome, this super cautious and possibly somewhat isolated energy that you are very much used to and that you feel very comfortable in. And of course, there is nothing wrong with that, right? Being safe, protecting your energy and being mindful of who you allow into your vicinity or who you allow into your personal space. But I feel like you have been possibly keeping people at an arm's length, or you know, just having some sort of a wall up that doesn't allow for very, you know, like deep, intimate connections with other people. And I feel like you are kind of tired of that. And so that's why you are possibly watching this reading right now as well. But as I said, that is just something that I'm picking up intuitively about you, pile number one. If you resonate with this part, if you recognize yourself in this, then definitely keep on watching, because we are going to look at some oracle cards, which are going to tell us a bit about the most significant new connection that is entering your life. Hopefully, we'll get a lot of details about this. And I feel like you will intuitively know whether this reading is for you or not. But if you didn't recognize yourself in this intro part at all, then, you know, it might be a good idea to try another pile. But anyway, let's see what we have. Okay, we have Dark Moon, Pluto, She Who Knows, Wisdom, Clarity, Resolution. We have Solar Eclipse, and we have Quicksilver. Okay, pile number one. The first thing that I'm feeling here is that this connection is definitely going to be a super transformative experience for you. It might actually be something that when you look back on this time of meeting this person, or just even this connection in general and the inception of it specifically, I feel like you will realize how much it impacted your life moving forward and how it was sort of a turning point for you in some way. Now, we have two cards here that are talking about a very potent new beginning and a lot of potential. We have this dark moon and we have this solar eclipse. Now, because both of these cards are in essence talking about a period of like darkness or being a bit hidden, it may be that you don't see this person coming. It could be something that happens very unexpectedly, especially because we have this Quicksilver card here too. So it could be that there is like this meet cute that happens, or just a very almost like crazy, unrealistic, magical meeting that occurs, something that just happens out of the blue. It's like a synchronistic event, or there is something about it that feels out of this world. And now with these two cards specifically, it could be that it's a connection that sort of like creeps up on you, in a sense that you may feel a bit apprehensive at first about this person, or about this connection in general, because I feel like you can't really make sense of it. With both the dark moon and the solar eclipse, it's like things are somewhat murky, or it doesn't become apparent straight away that this person is going to be a significant person in your life, or that this connection is going to be a significant connection in your life, or that this is going to even turn into a connection of any kind. So there seems to be some sort of a gestation period at first that happens. And I don't feel like it's going to be this sudden like realization as soon as you meet this person that this is going to be like your person in some sense. And it could also be that this person is just really difficult to read. They may keep their cards close to their chest as well. And I feel like you are sort of doing the same, because as we were talking with the porcupine spirit energy, it's something that feels rather like familiar to you, or something that you tend to normally do anyway. So it seems like both of you are going to be on guard as you meet each other. But I also feel with both of these cards that there is going to be something that is brought to the surface from like depths, or like the deep crevices of your soul, or something like that. It feels like you have the potential or the ability to bring some sort of hidden stuff forth within each other. So it seems to be that the sort of connection that has like very, very deep roots in the like the subconscious, or something like deeper within you is being touched here. And I feel like you are sort of both doing that for each other. So it could be the sort of connection that feels a bit strange and feels a bit unfamiliar in its power to bring some stuff out of you and make you reveal certain things about yourself that you maybe have never told anyone before. And I feel like you are going to be doing the same thing to that other person as well, because we also have this Pluto energy here. And so that is why I definitely feel very strongly that this connection is going to be a life-changing, a transformative connection for you. This is something that almost like helps to break you down, but in the best way possible, where some of these past experiences I feel like are going to be completely rewritten. Now, Pluto is not an easy energy by any means, so it does seem to indicate that I feel like this person is going to trigger you in some way. So, you know, they could be pushing on some buttons, or they could be the way that they speak, or some of the things that they do, or how they act could be something that pushes on like some sensitive parts in you, or that is kind of difficult for you to accept at first, I feel like. But it's something that like almost has its own magnetism as well. So it's like there are certain things that challenge you about this person, or that, you know, make you challenge each other, but that also has this raw power of attraction that you like neither of you can deny. So it's like you are kind of getting on each other's nerves, but at the same time you can't leave each other alone either. And even though that may sound a bit bad, I don't feel like a conflict type energy. It just seems that it's something that is uncomfortable, something that, you know, like I feel like no other person has made you feel the type of way that this person makes you feel. And again, it is uncomfortable, but it is uncomfortable in order to help you heal certain parts within yourself, and to help you sort of come out of your shell in a way. And I mean, Pluto is the kind of planet that transforms and breaks something down in order for something better to be built in its stead. And so you definitely are helping each other grow, is what I feel. But I don't feel like, again, I don't feel like it's something that is going to be easy to stomach at the beginning, but at the same time, there's something magical about it. We also have this Quicksilver card, as I already said, and I feel like that is indicative of this magical element. So both with Pluto and this, there seems to be something that just feels kind of special, and something that you can't really put your finger on. But this Quicksilver also hints at something being like fleeting, or here today, gone tomorrow. And I'm not saying that this connection has to be that way, although for some of you, it could be a connection that comes into your life for a time, and then this person, you know, you part ways in some way. It's just that this person is meant to help you like grow or level up in some way, or help you to like move on to this next stage of your life. And I feel like you are meant to help them do the same. And so it's almost like this, I know it sounds bad, but it's almost like this transactional connection that comes in, where like it feels like both of you have agreed to help each other, like before incarnating into this world, both of your souls have agreed to help each other level up in a very critical point of your lives. So something very like special, potent, and powerful is going on with this connection, but it might not last forever for some of you. And like right now, I'm not really feeling that this is necessarily a romantic connection. This more so feels like a friend or an acquaintance, or maybe this is a business partner as well. I'm really not feeling any like specific types coming through here, but it just feels like it's a transformative, super powerful connection. And now at the center card here, with wisdom, clarity, and resolution, right? Yeah, resolution. So this is definitely a confirmation of this connection being something that helps both of you grow, develop, and learn quite a lot. With wisdom and clarity, it seems like some things are going to become very apparent to you. And I feel like it is through both of you mirroring certain things to each other. And so that's why I also feel like there is this little bit of triggering that happens at first, where, again, as I said, you could be like getting on each other's nerves. But it's like one of those things, in movies, how there are certain characters who are like arch enemies, or who are, like constantly bickering, or, they're like working against each other and they can't stand each other. But then at the end of the movie, they end up becoming like best friends. It's not quite as dramatic as that, but just so you kind of get the sense of what I'm feeling here from these energies. So there's sort of a ruffled feathers type energy that you start off with is going to turn into a lot of understanding about yourself and about where you may be inhibited in how you act or how you connect with other people. And some of your own patterns, I feel like both of you are going to be mirroring each other in a way where you sort of start realizing how you have been acting, or what you have been doing that maybe you don't really want to keep doing anymore because it's not conducive to where you want to go or how you want to live your life. And so there is this, like this card says, resolution, this sort of understanding that leads to a change in behavior. And ultimately, I feel like you're going to be able to rid yourself of some of these inhibiting or self-sabotaging patterns that you may have, that you are like subconsciously operating from, and that are going to be becoming apparent to you as you develop this connection with this person. So yeah, wow, that is what is coming through from these oracle cards. I hope that it wasn't too confusing and too all over the place, but I never know really, so I'll let you guys tell me that afterwards in the comments. But next we are going to look at some dice, and these are going to hopefully give us a few more insights or extra bits of information about this connection or this person that you are connecting with. So let's see. Okay. So we have hand, we have rainbow, and we have key that came out first. We have a parachute, an apple, a clock, and we have a magic wand, what is that? A magnet, and an arrow. Okay, So with the first row here, with this hand, this rainbow and the key, I definitely get the sense that this person is helping you, right? With the hand especially, this feels like a helping hand. And with rainbow and key, there seems to be a connection that helps you to reach like a more happy, a more joyful, just a more vibrant place, and with key especially, this is about like opening doors, and this is also about breakthroughs, right? And so I feel like this person and this connection is going to help you, as I said, to elevate in a way, and it's going to help you to open up to more joy and more happiness through being able to connect with other people more easily. Now, I find it interesting that we have this clock here, because it does seem like there is going to be time that is a very significant part of this connection. Now, as I said, it feels like it's going to take time, first of all, to establish this connection between you, or for you to get to a place where you actually start liking that person, or where you start feeling a sense of a deeper connection with them. But I also, again, feel like there could be some sort of a, this is going to be somewhat like short-lived, or there is some sort of this connection is meant to be there for a season of your life, and not for forever. That seems to be coming through quite several ways. Now, I find it interesting that we have this parachute here, because it's almost like both of you are rescuing each other in a way. And I feel like you are helping each other leave certain situations that weren't making you happy. And with the apple especially at the center here, it feels like these situations that you were in previously weren't really healthy for you either. And so it's like you are helping each other leave certain unhealthy habits behind. And with the magic wand, again, it's kind of given me this Pluto energy of both of you like having this magical connection of transforming each other's lives. And I feel with this magnet as well that, as I said, there is something very like magnetizing or very attractive about each other. Even with the arrow, it feels like there is movement upwards, right? It's like elevating higher. Or it could also indicate that, especially with the parachute too, that at the beginning there could be this desire for you to evacuate or leave the connection. Again, I know it sounds so bad, and I don't want it to sound like off-putting in any way, pile number one. I hope you are not being put off by this, because it's really not anything too drastic or anything too negative. I feel like it's just the sort of connection that you are meant to experience. Actually, let me put those over here. So that's what is coming through from these little dice here. Just the last thing that I'm feeling here is that you could be meeting this person or coming together with them in some sort of a social, a get-together, a gathering, or some sort of a festival, or a fair, or an event like that is not breezing through town, but that is just kind of like a temporary thing that takes place and then moves on to the next city or the next country or whatever, or the next state. So it feels like something that is moving. But I don't know, that's just something that came through kind of intuitively. So maybe that is more of a specific message for someone. But anyway, we are going to turn our focus now to some tarot cards, and we are going to hopefully get some more information about the meaning behind this connection. So this is going to be quite a lengthy reading, pile number one. We are going to try and get as many details as we can. And so make yourself comfortable, and definitely, bring yourself a drink or some snacks if you need to. But let's get into it. So starting off, we are going to look at how is this connection coming in. So a possible way that this could be happening for you. Oh. Okay, interesting. We have the 10 of Cups, we have the 3 of Cups in reverse, and we have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck in reverse as well. Okay, so we have some strong water sign energy coming through here, and I'm just pointing out the signs in case you recognize them within yourself or possibly this person when you connect with them. So we have some Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces coming through, and then we also have some heavy Leo energy with the King of Wands here. But looking at how this connection might be coming in for you, with the 10 of Cups, it definitely feels like a gathering of some kind. So I feel like that intuitive message about a get-together is most likely going to be on point for a lot of you. And the 10 of Cups also indicates, it could talk about family connections, but because the 3 of Cups is coming out in reverse here, I'm kind of feeling like it's not someone that you know. So it's not like this person is not in your own social group. It could almost be this like friend of a friend of a friend or something like that, where there is this bigger gathering and then you end up meeting them through certain people that you know. But I don't think that they are someone that you've ever seen or that you have ever even like been in the same room with. Now, the 10 of Cups can also indicate like, you know, even like a marriage or anything like that. So if you have some sort of a bigger ceremony or event like this happening within the next 6 to 12 months for you, then that could be the place where you end up meeting this person and connecting with them. But because there is also a 7 of Cups type energy between these two cards, it feels like there is some sort of a out of the blue idea that comes about, or some sort of opportunity to like go to an event or something. It doesn't seem to be planned. So for some of you, if you have like again a wedding, a celebration, or a family reunion or something like that, like something bigger like that happening, then it could be that that's where you end up meeting this person. But for others of you, I feel like this is going to be some sort of a gathering or some sort of an event that is not planned with this 3 of Cups in reverse. It seems to be something that you were just like invited to out of the blue, or it could even be something that is quite like last minute, because again, you know, if this is a concert or a festival of some kind or anything like that, it could be that because someone from the group can't go, or something happens that they have to like give up their spot or something like that, and so you are invited to take that spot, or you know, something in those lines is coming through here. But yeah, it definitely feels like it is going to be through certain people that you know. So it's like you know someone and they know someone, and then those two people know someone, and then like, you know, it's like this mesh of energies, this network. But yeah, for some reason you have never met this person before. That's what is coming through here. And so even with the King of Wands that came out in reverse, I'm going to show you the image upright, but this King of Wands energy that came out in reverse, I feel like, again, it's indicative of you not being able to be prepared for it, because it's something that you can't see or visualize or get ready for. So it almost like, yeah, it just takes you by surprise. That's what I feel like. And I also got, I keep hearing this word disarming. So there could be something disarming about this person when you meet them, that they like take you off guard somehow, or they like, yeah, there is something about them that strikes a chord with you, I feel. So anyway, that's what is coming through here, but let's keep going. Let's see why this connection is coming in the first place, even though I feel like we have already kind of talked about it. But let's see if we can get any extra information about what this person is meant to help you to experience. Okay, and this one I feel like, oh my goodness. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands, which is more fire energy. This could be Aries, Leo, Sag. And we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. And the Knight of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck, which is Virgo. So we're getting some earth energy coming out here too. So I find it very interesting that we have the Ace of Wands next to the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is all about commitment and loyal connections, right? We're dealing with Taurian energy here. So this can talk about like committed relationships. And I feel like because of everything that we have been talking about here, plan number one, this connection is coming in, as we kind of already went over, to help you to make that sort of deeper connection with people with more ease. And with the Ace of Wands, this is about helping you to sort of get the courage and, you know, have that spark, have that enthusiasm, have that energy, and to take action in creating those connections with people more easily than you have before. So this is about sparking new energy and new motivation and sort of life in you. But this is also about overcoming fears, right? Because the Ace of Wands is about taking action. And so you kind of need to have a sense of like courage and determination to take action on what it is that you want. But also this is about taking risks, right? Because we're dealing with the fire element, and it is more risky, more prone to taking risks, this energy. And so, you know, especially if you have been really, really guarded, this person and this connection is helping you to overcome that, you know, to start taking the first sort of baby steps in making those types of vulnerable connections with people that would really bring you a sense of fulfillment that you have been missing. But also with the Hierophant, there is an energy of having certain beliefs in place and sort of following the traditional road, right? Doing something the same way over and over. And with the Ace of Wands, this is about a new way of going about things. This is about a new beginning. And so this person, I feel like, is going to spark something in you that is going to make you question certain things that you have been thinking about yourself, thinking about other people, thinking about connections in general. And yeah, it seems like you are transforming that part of you and possibly getting some new ideas, some new beliefs, some new values even. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, this is about, again, making movement, but the Knight of Pentacles is in essence the slowest moving of all of the Knights, and sometimes they are not even moving at all. And so I feel like this is saying that this connection is meant to help you to start moving again and break out of this more stagnant, cautious, over-analyzing energy that you may have been in, where, you know, as I said, it's good to be conscious of the sort of relationships that you get tangled up in and the sort of people that you allow into your life and your space. But also, you know, if you never really open up to anyone, or if you never give anyone a proper chance, then you know, that's kind of like missing out on things, right? And so that's why I feel like this connection is coming in. And now, finally, let's look at how will this connection enhance or improve your life. Okay, this one as well. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know where to... Yeah, you should be able to see it there. Okay, so I am chuckling to myself because we have the Page of Cups, we have Judgment, and we have the Chariot, which is in reverse at the bottom of the deck. We have some more water energy coming through. We also have Pluto with Judgment once again. So Pluto is very significant, and Pluto being the modern ruler of Scorpio is bringing even more watery energy here. And with Chariot, we have more Cancerian energy. So heavy water sign energy coming through, which you may resonate with yourself, or maybe this other person has significant water sign placements too. I feel like the cards are kind of saying the same thing over and over again, so I'm not really going to spend too much time on them. But the Page of Cups is definitely talking about opening up, becoming more vulnerable, and sharing your more like soft and gentle side with people, especially with Judgment being here too. This is all about this rebirth energy, right? This is about sort of going through a bit of an awakening and discovering a new side to yourself, leaving the old version of you behind and listening to a deeper calling within you in order to step into a new reality in a way. And so this person, as I said, is definitely helping you elevate. I feel like we have seen that message here in so many ways. But with the Page of Cups, it's this beautiful, innocent, sweet, and pure energy of opening up your heart space. And I feel like this person is activating your heart space in a way that it hasn't been activated in a long time. And it also talks about, you know, showing your true self to people, not being afraid to wear your heart on your sleeve or to show your emotion, to show what it is that you are feeling, or showing any fears, insecurities, vulnerabilities. And of course, it doesn't mean that you have to start pouring yourself out to anyone that you meet, but this is about being able to open up that side of yourself and create those connections with the people that you want to have a more meaningful connection with. So, you know, if you have been struggling showing your emotions or showing your affection to people, then that is something that I feel like this person and this connection is going to help you transform. Also, we have this Chariot, which came out in reverse, but I'm showing you the image upright. And with it coming out in reverse as the underlying energy, again, this is talking about stagnation or not really taking steps to move forward, feeling a bit like doubtful and insecure and unsure. But with the Chariot, there is always an energy of, you know, having this willpower, having this desire to move forward, but possibly not really knowing how to do that, or lacking the confidence and the self-belief to push yourself to take those necessary steps. And that's why I feel like this person is coming in here, or coming in for you to help you break out of those constructs or mental blocks or anything like that, right? That is inhibiting you, that is holding you back. Now, as the last part of the reading, I promise this is ending very, very soon. And thank you so much if you're still here, by the way. But yeah, we are going to look at a last message that is just a loving, supportive message from Spirit through this very, very sweet oracle card deck. And we are going to be reading from the book for this. So let's see what sort of last loving message Spirit has for you. Whoa, okay, I saw this one, so we're taking that. Okay, we have Love Forgives Distance, number 13. I'm going to show you the image too. There is a very sweet dragonfly on this card as well. This deck is like one of my all-time favorites. It's just so, so sweet. And another thing that I feel with this dragonfly is as well that there could be, you know, dragonflies sometimes indicate like something that is, again, fleeting. So I don't know, that seems to be something that is just keeps coming up again and again and again. So anyway, sorry. Let's see what this card says. Love forgives distance. There is a constancy to true companionship. Without contact, whether physical or words, for a time, some friendships and connections wither. Others remain as bright as they were the last time you saw each other. Some friendships withstand distance, time apart, and even enforced separations. We set our course, and our paths may divert and part. But in time, they will converge again, joining as seamlessly as two rivers flowing into one, then parting again. Let the moments of true connection flow, and know those who truly love you will simply reach out their hand and open their arms, or even dance within the space only your two energies combined can create when the time to be together comes again. Yeah, so see, there seems to be some sort of a message here of, you know, like coming together and then possibly your paths being like parting. But you know, sometimes people are not meant to stay around for a very long time, and that's okay. You know, not everyone is meant to stay in our lives, and it doesn't mean that you will never like connect with them again. It just feels like they are going to be serving a very significant purpose in your life, helping you to grow, and then you know, you can sort of move ahead and make new connections and open up to new people. And so I feel like this is almost like this gateway that they are creating for you and opening up this magical door for you and for all of your future connections. So Hopefully this reading didn't bum you out, pile number one. I'm so sorry if, you know, some of these messages were not exactly what you wanted to hear, but I have to say what I feel from these cards and what is coming through. I never want to, you know, like sugarcoat things for the sake of just making things sound nice, or, you know, I never want to do that. I always want to be as like straight up and honest with you as I can, and so hopefully you can appreciate that. But anyway, that is it, pile number one. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and for watching this long ass reading. I hope that this reading was useful, insightful, or at the very least entertaining to watch. And as always, I hope to see you very soon back on this channel. Take care. Bye bye. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number two. My name is Helen and I am so happy to welcome you to this reading. Now, you chose the Peach Moonstone, which I'm going to put right over here. You can't really see it, but that's okay. And you also chose this Electric Eel Spirit, which says, bring your ideas to life. Now, we have some pre-prepared oracle cards, which I'm going to place over here for the time being, because I want to start off with some intuitive messages first. And based on this card, I kind of get the sense, pile number two, that you could be someone who may be a bit doubtful of yourself, and I'm not talking about like the usual normal amount of having doubt every now and then. You seem to be sort of struggling with that aspect of yourself more so than like other people do. You could be lacking confidence or self-belief quite a lot, or it could be very difficult for you to put yourself out there, to express what it is that you feel, to express your opinions, to stand out in some way. Especially with the eel spirit, I feel like you could be someone who is very like evasive, or who tries to like either like blend in or hide in the shadows, even though that's not I don't really know too much about eels and the way that they live and behave, but I do know that they are slippery creatures, and so I'm kind of getting that feeling with you too, pile number two. Not that you are like sticky or slippery or anything like that, but it just feels like you don't really enjoy being in the spotlight or having people's eyes on you, having attention on you, other people like listening or honing in on what you have to say or how you are behaving. It seems like you're very much trying to keep a very low profile and almost like make an escape as soon as people are looking at you or people are turning to you for some sort of answers or things like that. And with the keyword as well, or not even keyword, but with the sentence, bring your ideas to life, I feel like you are someone who needs a lot of like validation and external support around you in order to feel confident enough in sharing what it is that you are thinking, or what it is that you want to do. And I feel like you have very bright ideas. You seem to have almost like this streak of genius to you, but it's like this thing that you don't recognize about yourself. So it's very important for other people to like mirror that back to you, or to make you aware of it in order for you to start feeling it yourself. And so it's almost like you could be a person who does a lot better when you have other people around, and who, you know, when you have people who like have your back and who give you like pep talks every now and then, or who reassure you. And I feel like that sort of goes across the board in like personal romantic relationships, but also like from your familial relationships, from your friends, at work as well. Like I feel like you need to have that sort of like checkpoint information, or maybe that's not the right expression to use, but I feel like you just need to have people like constantly giving you feedback, or letting you know where they stand, letting you know what they think about your ideas, or you know, whatever it is that you are doing. And so I feel like that sort of recognition and support is really, really important to you. And so that's why I feel like you do a bit better when you have other people around you, and you don't really fare as well, or you feel very out of place when you are by yourself. And it's because I feel like your mind sort of gets the best of you, or you start questioning everything, and you start overanalyzing everything, and you start like, you know, even if you get a really good idea, then there is 100 new ideas or 100 new thoughts that pop up that start questioning that initial idea, and that start like talking you out of doing anything about this, because you have such an active and such a brilliant mind that you can kind of like see ahead into every single possibility that may happen and every single thing that could go wrong. Now, sorry, I went on kind of a tangent there. And so I'm going to stop here, because I feel like that is pretty much enough. If you recognize this story, you recognize yourself within that description, then most likely you are in the right place, watching the right reading. But I feel like this next part is intuitively going to spark something in you as well, and let you know that you're watching the right thing. Also, what I wanted to add with this electric eel spirit, because we have all of this watery energy on this card too, you could be someone who is actually super intuitive, and you could be very sensitive to other people's energies in general. And so that's why it could be difficult for you as well to like make sense of how you yourself are feeling, or having confidence in you feeling the right thing, or thinking the right thing, or doing the right thing, because you have all of these other distracting energies around you. So it's very difficult for you to make sense of which one is yours and which one is the right one, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's look at the pre-prepared oracle cards to get some details, to get some information about the most significant new connection that is coming in for you. And hopefully we will see what that is. So we have Lunar Light, number 44, by the way, which is a master number. We have Lilith, She Who Whispers, Secrets, Confessions, Confidant. I love where this is going. Mercury and Star Child. Oh, interesting. You have number 24 on this electric eel spirit, and we have number 42 on this Star Child. So we have these mirroring numbers, and I don't know why, but that seems significant too. So pile number 2, I am loving this energy that I'm seeing, and I feel like you are going to be so incredibly happy about this new connection that is coming in. Again, I have to say that I can't really tell what type of relationship this is, whether this is purely a friendship, whether this is someone that you end up like doing some sort of business or work with, or like collaboration with, or whether this is a romantic partner. Now, what I do see here is that this person is definitely going to be someone who has your back. This person is going to enhance your sense of confidence, your sense of self-belief. I feel like they are going to almost help you to reprogram certain things within yourself that allows you to be more bold in how you express yourself and in how you even stand out. I feel like they're going to push you to stand out more than you do right now, because they can so clearly see the sort of the special and brilliant and lovable qualities that you have, and they are wanting you to make the most of them, and they're wanting to see you succeed. So that's why I can't really see in what capacity this connection is going to be coming in for you. And I feel like it could also be because you have some say in that, so you may be able to determine whether you just want to have a friendship with this person, whether you want to collaborate with them and have like a business partnership. Maybe you want to have both, or if you want to have something more than a friendship or a business partnership with them. So anyway, I definitely see a lot of sort of success and forward movement here, especially with this lunar light. As I said, this is a master number, and this card is a very, very auspicious card in this deck. It talks about removing obstacles and having like this smooth passage ahead. And so this connection definitely helps you to clear away certain insecurities, certain things, certain doubts, right, that could be hindering your progress, or that could be tripping you up as you are trying to make your way in the world. And I feel like they also have a lot of like encouraging energy about them, where they want you to like aim for the stars. I feel like if you have an idea, but then because of sort of self-doubt or things like that, you could be trying to play it small, or not really daring to take like the biggest road or the main path ahead. I feel like they are going to push you to think a lot bigger than that, and to see like how much more you could actually achieve. So they could even be like someone who helps you in your endeavor, so they may play a part in that somehow. But this can also just be like this sort of emotional support that they give you, that pushes you ahead. Now we have this Star Child card here too, and this is giving off strong vibes of protection. So as I said, I feel like this person is going to have your back, and this whole connection is going to make you feel really safe, really held, like you can do no wrong when this person is beside you. I feel like they truly want to do, like, I don't know, look out for you and do what is best for you, and they want to see you happy and thriving and succeeding. There is no ego here, there is no competition here. It just seems to be a super pure and supportive connection that is coming through. And now I also love that this Lilith is here, because with this card, I feel like they are going to activate more of a badass energy in you because this Lilith is talking about certain parts of ourselves which we are not willing to compromise on. So this is about like drawing boundaries, standing firm in your convictions, and having the boldness and the wildness to stand apart. And even though I feel like it's not something that this person is able to instill in you completely, I feel like there is still going to be a part of you that you know, has that level of doubt or hesitation. But I feel like they are definitely going to be bringing about more of this courage in you to not back down if you get a good idea, and to fight for that idea if need be. And also just sort of discover this deeper power within yourself, and to start seeing yourself as a powerful being, recognizing your own power and recognizing your own inner strength. So it's almost like even though you are protected, even though this person has your back and they are looking out for you, I feel like they are also nurturing this sense of you finding more strength within yourself and being more comfortable with facing things on your own, or standing up to certain situations on your own. Now, we also have this She Who Whispers Secrets, Confessions, Confidant. And so this is definitely a sign of this connection being a super close and a very deep connection, where you are so comfortable with each other that you are free to open up and be completely yourselves, share your deepest, darkest secrets, and your deepest, darkest, most embarrassing sides of yourself, or these insecurities and these vulnerabilities that you have. I feel like you are not going to have any issue sharing those with this person. And I feel like they are going to be very forthright with you as well. So it's almost like you seem to have this like partners in crime energy that is coming through here. You know, that you are like each other's ride or die. Like you will go through whatever things should be cropping up for you. You will go through thick and thin, and you will always look out for each other. And I feel like you will be really surprised how much this person can get under your skin. It may be something that like triggers you a bit, especially with this Lilith. It could be something that like makes your fears crop up, especially at the beginning. But I feel like those fears are quickly going to subside as soon as you see that this person means business. And I feel like they are going to prove to you that they are worthy of your trust. And I feel like they're going to do something. This is just coming through like intuitively right now, and it may not resonate for all of you, but for some of you, I definitely feel like this person is going to do something quite early on, something that is very like significant and telling, that proves their trustworthiness to you somehow. So it's almost like without you having to ask them or without you having to test them in any way, they do something either that like, you know, they stand up for you in some regard, or they help you without you needing to ask them, or they just do something for you, like something very thoughtful. It seems something personal that way. And we also have this Mercury card coming through. And Mercury is all about, again, ideas, thoughts, but it's also about communication and self-expression. And I feel like you are going to have very smooth communication with this person. It almost feels like you are going to have a hard time like getting into a conflict or a misunderstanding, because it's almost like this telepathic communication between you, especially with this lunar light as well. I feel like there is almost this connection that is indescribable, where it's like you can finish each other's sentences, or you can almost like understand without words what the other person is thinking, feeling, and what they mean and what they want to say or what they want to do. This feels such a strong like mental connection between you two. Yeah, I feel like talking to this person just gives you this incredible amount of ease. And I feel like they are so good at being able to calm you down or calm any anxieties and sort of like bring you back down to earth when your mind starts getting the best of you. And I feel like they're also really like good at rationalizing things or making things so logical that you can't really argue with them. And I also feel like they could actually be a part of some of these things that you are thinking about doing or implementing. So they could be like strategizing with you, or maybe even helping you to develop some of these ideas and make them more like wholesome or make them more refined. They are able to see any ways that those ideas could be even like bigger, or that they could be improved. So yeah, it just seems like a beautiful connection between you. And especially when it comes to like a meeting of the minds, you seem to have a very same or a very similar intellectual capacity and a way of like thinking about things. I feel like your worldviews are rather similar in a lot of senses as well. But anyway, that is what I'm feeling from these oracle cards, but I also want to get some, hopefully some more details through these dice. I'm going to cast them, and then we will see what else comes through about the person that you are connecting with, or this connection in general. Oh, sorry. We lost one, so I need to go and get it, but I'm gonna get these things out. I love it. We have dice, or a die, I should say, that is coming out. We have some masks and a house. We have a tower. We have a fountain and a cane. Then we have, I think this is a, what is it, that like algebra, or that, what is it? That board, you know, where you can count things. Sorry, I can't think of it. Then we have a high-rise building or a skyscraper, and let me just pick the last one off the floor as well. Is this focused? I feel like it is. Okay, so what I'm feeling here, and the first intuitive message that I got, especially from the last row here, which is this board, right? This calculating or whatever, this anyway, this thing where you can count these little buttons or bubbles or whatever. I feel with this last row, with the high-rise building and the magnet, that this person may be in finance, or they may have like some sort of financial background, or maybe they are even a teacher or something like that. But I'm also feel like a business vibe coming through here. So that could be something that helps you to sort of recognize them. But I just also feel like this last row here is talking about this person helping you to attract more success, especially with the skyscraper. It feels like they are helping you to reach bigger levels that you maybe wouldn't dare go after by yourself. And again, with this like board thing that I can't think of the name of, I feel like they are able to, again, like strategize or come up with like a solid plan or something like that. And they may even like help you elevate in a financial sense too. So again, you know, this is kind of hinting at a collaboration of some kind, or, you know, it feels like it could go that way. But again, I'm going to leave it up to you to decide. Now, we also have this tower and this fountain and this cane. And with the cane, I definitely feel another message of support coming through. Yeah, it just feels like they are helping you with like making it more easy for you to, I feel like, express yourself. That feels very strong with the fountain, but also like with the masks. There seems to be something like, we have some masks coming through at the first row here. There seems to be something about like a theatrical part of expressing yourself, or being very, again, being courageous and standing in front of people on a stage, that I feel with this masks card. And I feel like they are helping you, they are supporting you in doing that. I'm not saying that you have to get up on stage and like perform in front of people, but just, you know, being visible, right? That's what we were talking about in the beginning. And again, with this castle, it feels like they are, or with this tower, I should say, I feel like they are supporting you and like protecting you. But again, with the tower, we think about the tower card in tarot, it could be this like necessary sort of destruction that they bring about within you, where like some of these walls and insecurities and these things that are keeping you trapped, I feel like they are helping you to break free from those, right? So that could be relevant here too. And finally, so we talked about the masks already. We also have this house and this die. So with the die, this feels like chance or risk. So they could be someone who helps you become a bit more open to taking some risks, taking some chances, but they are like calculated, right? Because we have this stupid little board that I can't think of the name of. We have that here. So clearly this is not something that is impulsive and something that is just like whimsy. This feels like a well thought through chance or risk of some kind that is going to lead you to new heights. And again, with this house, it feels like this person makes you feel very secure and very much at home. And also with the mask, it's like you can sort of drop masks in front of this person and really show the true you. With the fountain as well, like show the real emotion behind everything. Just let it all flow and be who you are around this person. Now, because of all of these buildings, it could be that you meet this person in some sort of like official capacity somehow, or maybe it's like a work event or a work mixer or something like that. And then like afterwards you go out for some like drinks or for some, I don't know, maybe you even go to a casino, some of you, or to some sort of like entertainment establishment, right? And then like you end up meeting them there through certain like colleagues of yours, something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that here. So let's move on to the tarot portion next, which is going to hopefully give us a more clear answer on how this connection is going to be coming about. Now, this is kind of a lengthy reading, as you can already see. So I do recommend, grabbing a snack or taking a little bathroom break if you need to. This would be a good time to do it, because we're diving into some questions with the tarot. And the first one that we are looking at is, how is this connection coming about? Hopefully we will see how you will meet this person. Let's see what comes through. Wow, okay, beautiful. We have the Fool at the bottom of the deck here, which is Uranian energy. And so in modern astrology, this rules Aquarius. So there could be Aquarius that is significant. We also have that with the King of Swords, actually, more Aquarian energy coming through. And with the Empress, we have Venusian energy, so that would be Libra and Taurus. And I'm just pointing out the signs in case you resonate with them yourself, or in case maybe this person that you are meeting could have significant placements in those signs. So we have some major arcana coming out here, and so I definitely get a sense that this person is sent to you in like a divine orchestration type of way. And with the Fool being the underlying energy, first off, I just want to say that it feels like you are going to be meeting this person in like a whole new setting, or this is going to be a completely new experience for you. This is possibly when you are doing something that you haven't done before, when you are in a place that you haven't visited before, or this just feels like some sort of a situation that you haven't been in. This could also indicate that there is some sort of a new beginning that you are taking part of, or maybe you are starting, maybe there is like a new project that is launching at work, or maybe you are taking a new class or starting some sort of new hobby, anything like that, where you are out of your usual element, where you are trying something new, just being in that like beginner stages or this student mode. Anything like that, I feel like is going to most likely be the setting in which you meet this person. Now, we also have the Empress and the King of Swords. And the first thing that I felt here is that I do feel like this person is going to be coming to you because I do feel with this Empress energy that this is talking about you being more in this like feminine receptive energy. And I'm not saying that you have to be female. This is not like gender specific in any way. This just feels like you are sort of being quietly doing your own thing, right? Sitting in a corner somewhere, trying to make yourself invisible. I'm not laughing at you, by the way. I just want to make that super clear. But it's just kind of like it's a bit funny that Empress is coming through because of all of this energy that I was feeling before intuitively. It kind of seems to reiterate that. But anyway, the Empress is this beautiful receptive energy, just allowing things and energies to flow to them, right? It's Venusian, it's about pleasure, it's about luxury, it's about abundance and just feeling good and comfortable. And so with this King of Swords, this seems to be this other person's energy who is like coming in, who is striking up the conversation, who is very secure, very confident, very firm within their expression. And I feel like they are super clear as well. It's almost like they have this very concrete way about how they express themselves. So it's almost like it doesn't leave any room for misinterpreting things or misunderstandings. So you are like straight away, I feel like, going to be able to see where this person is coming from. And I feel like they're going to intrigue you from the get-go, because of just how strong of an aura this person has and how strong of a presence they have. And also the King of Swords is super intelligent, right? They are so mentally capable that I feel like they sort of stand out to you from all of the other people because of how like brilliant they are in how they express themselves, how they talk. They may have like a very educated way of talking, or they may have a very posh accent. That may be more of a specific message, but for some of you, definitely, they have a very posh accent. So it's almost like you can kind of recognize them by the way that they speak and the language that they use, or the vocabulary. I feel like they have a very wide vocabulary. So yeah, something about the way that they talk is very magnetizing to you, and I feel like it like immediately pulls you in. But I also feel with the Empress that this could be some sort of a social event or social thing. Again, you know, people like having a bit of a good time, or just taking things more easy, enjoying themselves, because again, we're dealing with pleasure, right, with Venus. So this could be like an entertainment sort of thing that you end up meeting or coming together with. But because the King of Swords is here again, there is almost like this mixing of pleasure and business. And so once again, I feel that for a lot of you, this connection is taking place through like work or through some sort of official capacity. So yeah. yeah, it could be like a work mixer, or maybe even like, you know, if you have these like summer, what are they? You know, like summer days, or I'm not sure whether they are called that in English, but you know, when like corporations have these, not like holidays, but they have these like special events outside of work, and they do that in the summer, where like all of the people that work together come together, and then they have these like activities, and maybe they stay the night somewhere, or maybe they just have like all of these different places that they end up like, maybe they end up like bar hopping, doing some restaurants, things like that, some fun activities afterwards as well. Like, hopefully you know what I'm trying to say here. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. So it feels like one of those types of events that could be significant. Yeah, because I don't know whether I mentioned that, but this connection is coming in within the next 6 to 12 months. So I feel like it could be taking place in the summer for you, for a lot of you. That's what I'm feeling. But anyway, again, let's keep going, because otherwise I could end up talking to you for hours and hours and hours, and no one really wants that. So let's look at why this connection is coming in. Hopefully we'll get more information about why this person is entering your life. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, sorry about the mess. Just a second. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups that flew out straight off. And then we also have the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Five of Cups. So, and the Seven of Coins is in reverse at the bottom of the deck as well. So we have some heavy, heavy water energy coming through. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Could be significant, but we also have actually more Taurus with the Seven of Coins. Now, the first thing I want to say here with this Two of Cups coming out, and it came out like so quickly and so concretely that for some of you, this is definitely going to be a connection that turns romantic, or at the very least, that becomes like a super intimate friendship. Like, and I'm not talking about like friends with benefits. I'm not really feeling that, but you know, like just this very, very deep and connected and loving, supportive friendship. So I feel like that's the bottom line here with the Two of Cups. But for some of you, definitely this is going to become like a romantic thing as well. But I feel like that is something that is going to be happening down the line, and not like something that is like an initial thought for you. At least for most of you, I don't feel like that's the case. But anyway, the Two of Cups is such a beautiful, unified energy. And I feel like, again, this is this pure level of support. This is this coming together of like similar minds and hearts. And it's that type of energy where like the two parts make a greater whole than the sum of its parts. If that made sense just now. You know, so it's like when you come together, you are both better for it. And you create this whole new entity within itself, or this whole new energy that is so much more powerful than you are by yourselves. And there is also something very complementary about this Two of Cups. So it's like the traits that you lack, this other person has, and vice versa. So you can beautifully add to each other without like taking anything away, and allowing each other to shine because of it. So this is just this beautiful, beautiful supportive energy that is coming through in order for something greater to be born, or something greater to be made. Because with the Ace of Cups in reverse and the Five of Cups here, in between those two cards, by the way, is the Four of Cups energy, which is kind of like this apathetic, or feeling a bit like demotivated, feeling a bit bored, and you know, possibly not really happy with life. So it feels like there is something that needs to change about this. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, it does kind of take me back to this energy of you possibly not really seeing the magic in yourself that is there, or not really valuing yourself as much as you possibly should. And because of that, because of this lack of like self-belief or this doubt that is there, this definitely seems to be some sort of emotional healing that needs to take place. And I feel like this person is going to help you do that. But because of that, with this Five of Cups, it feels like there are so many things that you are potentially like missing out on, or that you even regret that you haven't done because of this like paralyzing self-doubt or insecurity that you have. And so it's almost like this internal like battle that you have with yourself, even though these two cards are not talking about a battle at all, but it just feels like this like defeated energy that stems from you being disappointed within yourself, or you feeling frustrated and feeling like you have missed out on things, and like you have let yourself down because of some of these opportunities that you haven't taken, or because you have not had the courage to pursue certain dreams, or because you have been pushing yourself down or making yourself invisible in some way. Regardless of like what this is specifically talking about, I feel like with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, this is the image upright, but with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it feels like there are certain dreams that haven't manifested, or certain wishes that haven't been fulfilled, certain rewards that you haven't gotten because of possibly giving up on certain things before they could materialize, or maybe because you even didn't invest in the first place, because they just remained as like ideas or something like that. It just feels like there are some missed opportunities or some shots that you didn't take that you feel a lot of regret about. And so in order to help you out of this state, I feel like this connection is coming in to help you heal that part of yourself, and to move away from this regret, to not keep sitting in it, because the Seven of Pentacles in reverse is also about like letting go, leaving something behind that isn't working, or that isn't bringing you the rewards or the results that you are after. So I feel like it's time to let the past go. And I feel like that's what this person is here to do. But let's look at how will this connection enhance or improve your life? Even though we just kind of talked about it as well, but let's see if we can get any more details about how this connection or this person is going to make your life better. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow. Okay. So we have the Three of Wands and the Justice card, which is, by the way, Libran energy. So Libra could be significant, Aquarius could be significant, and we also had some Taurus, and we have some water sign energy. So a lot of different signs coming through, but definitely Libra seems to be very important. Like air sign energy seems to be very important. And yeah, anyway, what I'm feeling here first, especially with this Justice card, is that this connection and this person is going to help you to become a lot more decisive. With Justice, this is about making a choice, making a decision, and following through. So, you know, this is this is not impulsive energy by any means. This is about thinking things through, considering things from all angles, and then considering also the long-term implications of like, what are the consequences of this action? Where are these things going to possibly lead? Especially with the Three of Wands, this is very much looking into the future and trying to visualize the sort of the end goal that you want to arrive at. And I feel like this person is going to help you to solidify that vision, to make it a bit more clear and a lot more focused. So that, you know, especially when we were talking about before, how there could potentially be so many ideas that it makes it difficult for you to like pick one and stick with it. I feel like this person is going to help you to sort through that chaos. And I mean, we even have the Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck here too. So this is actually that like battle or inner conflict that that we were talking about before. So I feel like this is what this person is helping you to move out of. This is what they are helping you to resolve. and leave behind, so that there wouldn't be all of these conflicting and opposing ideas and plans and thoughts in your head, but that there could be a very clear, a focused vision, you know, something that you are working diligently towards, something that you are putting effort in and seeing certain signs that this thing is working. This is a very auspicious card, the Three of Wands, by the way, because this is indicating that what you are doing and all of this effort and planning that you have put into this is going to be bearing fruit. This is going to take you to some sort of sweet result, some sort of accomplishment, and you are well on your way to achieving that, especially with justice, which talks about, you know, things going your way or having some sort of a resolution or outcome that is favorable, something that is fair and something that is deserved. And so I feel like you are going to be, again, like this person is going to help you to arrive at a place where you feel like you are meant to be, where you feel like you belong, and where you can feel proud of everything that you have done and everything that you have accomplished. Now, as the last part of the reading, I know this is a long one and I do apologize. And if you are still here, thank you so, so much. By the way, if you are still here, you can leave me a little magnet emoji, just so that I know that you are still watching and that this reading spoke to you. That would be amazing. But anyway, we're going to close the reading out with some loving, supportive message from this very, very sweet oracle deck. And we're going to read from the book to give you this last piece of loving guidance. So let's see. Whoa. Okay. We have number 30, a time to share. I already love this. I love this image. I love this message. This is definitely giving me this Two of Cups vibes. And also, as an underlying message here, not just the Two of Cups, that you are sharing yourself with someone else, but also that you are sharing your ideas. You are sharing yourself and everything that you have to offer, right? Okay, but let's read from the book. Ugh. So number 30. We may love the road we take alone, and on that lonely road we may find the truths of who we are. But until we allow another being to be close to us, we will not find out who we have become in relation to others. It is time to form bonds and relate, and rediscover your own thoughts and feelings in response to those of another. See, what was I saying about this like mirroring effect, right? This mirroring energy of like throwing things back and forth, and almost like, you know, this person being a soundboard to you. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to keep going. There will be times when there are shared experiences, their pleasures amplified because they are mutual. This is the true joy of companionship and friendship. That sense that the world is seen and experienced and even understood for a small moment by two or more people. All is sweeter because the deep longing to share with another is finally fulfilled. There we go. Pile number 2. This looks like such a promising and beautiful connection that you are going to be experiencing within the next 6 to 12 months. And especially look out for those summer months, right? June, July, August, especially June, July, maybe even May, because we had that Taurian energy coming through too. But anyway, May, June, July, August as well. Keep your eye out for those months, because I feel like those could be especially significant when you are potentially meeting this person. But anyway, that is it. I'm going to stop talking now, I promise. Thank you so, so much for spending this time with me, and I truly appreciate you being here. I hope this reading was useful, insightful, or at the very least entertaining to watch. And as always, I am looking forward to seeing you back on this channel very, very soon. Take care. Pile number 2. Bye-bye. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile number 3. My name is Helen and I am so excited that you are here with me, and I really appreciate you being here. But you chose this Tiger's Eye stone, and I'm going to place that over here. And you also chose this Bobcat Spirit card. Now, we do have some pre-prepared oracle cards, but I'm going to leave them for the time being. We're going to tune into them in just a bit. But first, I want to start off with some intuitive messages that I'm picking up on from this card. And I do feel like you could be someone who is very difficult for people to decipher and read. I feel like there is something very mystical, mysterious about you, something that is almost like kind of secretive, or you may appear to people to be someone who keeps a lot of secrets, or who doesn't reveal too much, even though I don't think that you are necessarily doing that like on purpose. There's just something about you that feels very unattainable. The first thing that I was feeling actually as I was looking at this image was Scorpio, like scorpionic energy. So if you have Scorpio in your birth chart as a rising sign, a sun sign, or a moon sign, or maybe even a Mercury, those would definitely be a very strong indication that you are watching the right pile, because that energy is coming through so strongly here. I also feel like you kind of enjoy making people like scratch their heads about you or being someone who is very difficult for people to unpack or get like a true sense of. I feel like you enjoy being out of reach to people in a way, but at the same time, you know, especially because of this very strong scorpionic energy that is coming through, I do feel like you really crave like a deep, meaningful connection with someone. And I feel like you do have those in your life, even if there is only like one person that you truly trust with like your whole life, or, you know, a few people. I feel like you have a very small, close circle, but the people that are close to you, they are like completely ride or die. And it takes a lot of time for people to get to know you, and it takes a lot of time for you to show yourself to people in like a truly authentic way, or to even like reveal certain layers of yourself to people. So it's almost like even if people have known you for like 15 years, they will still find out things about you that they had no idea were hidden in you. So there are a lot of hidden depths and layers that you have, and that you only open up about once you feel truly comfortable with someone. And I do feel like those bonds that you do end up making and creating, they are very long standing, and you have a very hard time letting go of those people should something, you know, go wrong. So, you know, in like romantic relationships and very deep friendships, I feel like you experience them so deeply that it's very difficult for you to let those people go, even if they are like not good for you anymore, or if they have hurt you in some way. I feel like the attachment is so strong. So as I said, heavy scorpionic energy coming through. But I also kind of get the sense with this life is a mystery that you could be drawn towards people who kind of have a similar energy to you, in the sense that, you know, they may be difficult to read as well. So people who puzzle you in some way, or people who leave you questioning, people who have this dynamic aura about them. I feel like you feel such a strong pull towards those people, because I feel like there aren't that many people who are able to make you question things, or who leave you kind of in like a bit of a haze, because I feel like you can see through people so easily with this like piercing gaze. I can't take my eyes off of this bobcat's eyes. This is such an intense stare that I feel like you can peer into people's souls, and you can see through any bullshit, any lies, any deceit very quickly. So if someone is, you know, shady, or if they are trying to present themselves as someone they are not, you are so quick to see through that, and you cannot be deceived. Like, definitely not. You will see that, and like you will see that coming a mile away. You do seem to have a lot of power about you, and something that is very charismatic as well. And I feel like because you have such a strong and powerful presence, people feel like this magnetism, this attraction. It's almost like you are luring people in without having to do too much. It's almost like your silence, your quiet nature, or, you know, the way that you don't reveal too much about yourself is something that people can't resist. They just want to get to know you more. They want to get to, they want to get closer to you somehow. And yeah, I feel like that is something that you enjoy a lot, you know, this like guessing game and this like finding out about people and diving deep into the depths of some like secrets and hidden traits and things and of the subconscious and shadows and everything like that. So if that is you, if you recognize yourself in this, also that just came through, you may have had very, very obscure relationships, like very weird connections with people. Like, I don't know if I can give you a good example, but you may have experienced connections that have brought you certain experiences that other people may never experience in their lives. You know, it's like, okay, if I can give you like the craziest example, just something that like popped into my mind. Let's say that you dated someone who then turned out to be your best friend's first crush or something like that when they were like in kindergarten. Okay, maybe that wasn't such a crazy example, but sorry, I couldn't think of one. But it feels like you have had these like weird connections where some weird entanglements come up, or certain things that, you know, the person's history has something weird in it, or that they are somehow tied to your history in like very weird ways where you haven't met up, but you actually have some like connections with that person. Anyway, sorry, if this is getting way too complicated, then I am right there with you, and I'm gonna stop now. So let's keep going. So if you recognize yourself in this, is what I was trying to say, pile number 3, then this is a very good indication that you are watching the right pile, and stick around because we are going to look at these pre-prepared oracle cards now, which are going to describe a bit about this next most significant new connection coming in for you. So let's see what we can find out. Okay, we have Super Moon, Ceres, She Who Grants Wishes, Wish, Desires, Hope, Waxing Gibbous Moon, and Wolf Moon. Okay, pile number 3. I do have to say, out of all of the piles, I am possibly most strongly feeling that this connection could be more so leaning towards the romantic side. But of course, if that is not something that you're interested in, if you already have a romantic connection, then this can just be like a friendship or a very like close acquaintance that you end up meeting. But the reason why I'm saying it is because of this Ceres energy, and this Ceres card feels like a very strong sort of mothering, nurturing energy. And so that's why I kind of feel like this connection could be something that truly deeply nurtures you and takes care of certain like vulnerable, soft, gentle parts of you. Or it could even like bring those aspects of you forth a lot more because this person makes you feel like safe and seen. They are very good at like taking care of your needs. And I feel like they are someone who is going to be very like worried about you, or who is going to be concerned with your well-being, and who wants to look out for you and make sure that your needs are being met. But at the same time, I feel like this connection that you may very well have manifested, by the way, because we have this She Who Grants Wishes. Desires, hope. That's what it says. So it feels like this is something that you have been manifesting, or something that you have been hoping or wishing for. So it could feel like heaven sent, this connection in a way. But again, I'm kind of getting the sense of this person wanting to like fulfill your wishes, wanting to make you happy, wanting to give you everything that you need. And so that's why I feel that it's more so like probably a romantic relationship. But again, take it as it resonates, right? This can also be just a friend. Now, we have this Super Moon card here. And the thing that I'm feeling here is that, like, this is a card of victory, by the way. So this is another indication that this connection is something that makes you feel really fulfilled, really happy. It's something that I feel like you will know that is special straight off the bat. I feel like you will like cherish it and value it because of the sort of the level of uniqueness that it has about it. Like something, again, with the supermoon, I again feel this sense of like attraction, something like this law of attraction, something that you have been trying to call into your life. Now, there is this little however here. And this however is that I feel like even though you have been manifesting this, and I feel like this is going to be sort of like a divinely orchestrated meeting for you, there is also a certain level of effort that you are going to have to put in that is possibly somewhat unfamiliar to you, or something that is not like the most comfortable. Because we also have this waxing gibbous moon, which also talks about like being very close to the full moon stage, right? Being very close to achieving what it is that you are after, but needing to like put some final touches in place, needing to perfect the plan, needing to look at anything that may need some tweaking. So this connection is definitely something that you kind of have to work for a bit, and you have to sort of show quite clearly that you are interested in this person, and that you also are interested in investing yourself in this connection. Because I feel like I just get the sense that there is something that you have to learn about being more vocal, being more transparent when it comes to what it is that you want. With this wolf moon, there is a message of needing to speak up, needing to express yourself very clearly, especially when it comes to what you want, what you need, what you will not compromise on, and just making yourself heard in general. So this is something that most likely this connection is going to be sort of teaching you about, because as I said, it feels like you are kind of a mystery. It feels like you're kind of a closed book in most cases. And so being very vocal and actually stating like outright what it is that you want, or what it is that you feel that you are missing, is something that doesn't really necessarily come too easily to you. Or it may even be something that like you don't like doing, you don't like exposing yourself in that way. And so I feel like your usual sort of modus operandi is that you sort of hint at things. I feel like you are someone who like gives certain messages or inklings with your facial expressions or with your body language in a way. And I feel like you try to give off what you feel and what you think through these little signs and cues. But I feel like most people miss those. Most people are just like too oblivious to read the message that you are trying to send them from these little signs. And so I feel like you end up getting disappointed quite a lot, or you end up like being frustrated or feeling like people don't understand you, and that, you know, like people don't really get you. So in this connection though, this person is almost going to like push you, not in like an aggressive way or anything like that, but I feel like they're going to push you to be more deliberate and to be more intentional with how you express yourself. So it's not just that people have to like almost sense your feelings or sense what it is that you need through some subtle signs or vibe shifts that you may be putting in place. I feel like you will actually become a lot more comfortable as a result of this connection in expressing yourself clearly with words, with like leaving no room for misinterpretations, or there's not going to be any guesswork. That's what I'm feeling here, pile number 3. And again, it's something that you sort of have to try at first. It's something that you have to practice at first, but I feel like eventually, as you get like better and better at it, and as you see that your demands are being met or your wishes are being met, and this person is working with you to help you to reach that level of like satisfaction and fulfillment, I feel like it is something that you almost like start shifting gears and turning more into that sort of person who just like says what you mean and who says what you want, because it's just so much easier. And I feel like it makes everyone, you included, so much more happy. And I also feel like this connection, I'm kind of rushing ahead here because we're going to look at tarot as well, but I do feel like this person is going to help you to alleviate certain burdens or certain emotional baggage that you may have in place as a result of things being left unsaid, or certain air still being kind of like thick or heavy with certain people from your past, because of how difficult it potentially is for you to open up and to like talk about things very openly. And so that there could be certain things that you are like holding on to, that you have been suppressing, or that you still have like nagging at the back of your mind. And I feel like those types of things that are like gnawing at you, you are going to be able to set yourself free from that burden as you become a lot more like vocal and open and honest and forthright. So in a way, I feel like this connection is going to be super healing for you. This feels like a very strong keyword here, healing. And I feel like this person that is going to be coming in for you is possibly going to trigger a lot of deeply buried emotions in you as well. So I wouldn't be surprised when certain like emotional outbursts take place, especially at the beginning as you connect with this person, because I feel like they're going to be hitting some like soft spots or sore spots that you have, and I feel like it's going to be unleashing certain things within you. But again, it's all in the name of like healing and getting rid of certain things that are just weighing you down, or that are unnecessarily heavy, you know, that you have been carrying with you. So this looks like a very beautiful, kind of like a divine connection here, pile number 3. But let's look at some dice as well. Hopefully we will get some extra insight from these little symbols and see more about this connection or this person. So let's see. Okay, so we have some repeat symbols coming through from other piles, but that's okay. So we have the masks, we have the question mark, and we have the house. We have a sheep, an apple, and a bridge. And we have a magnifying glass, a tree, and an arrow. So I definitely feel with the first row here, with the masks, the question mark, and the little house, that I feel like both of you are going to leave each other with certain, like, again, with certain questions at the beginning. So it's going to be some sort of a puzzling connection that you first have. And again, with the masks, it feels like both of you could be holding yourself back in a way, or you could be not like revealing too much of yourself. And I feel like that's something that like draws you in with this house. It feels like, as I said, it feels like comfortable, it feels familiar. So it's almost like you are mirroring certain traits back to each other. And that's what is initially like drawing you in, or making you feel somewhat like curious about this connection and about this person, and you sort of want to find out more. And I feel like with the house as well, that this connection is something that, as I said, you most likely have to like sort of work for. You kind of have to put effort in and show that you are interested. But I also feel like you sort of get to a comfortable level with this person quite quickly. I'm actually drawn to both of these together. We have the sheep and we have this magnifying glass image coming through too. And it does seem like there is something more like, again, more soft, more innocent, more vulnerable that you are going to be like exposing within each other. With this magnifying glass, it's like you are diving into, again, the more like soft, the more gentle and sweet and loving and innocent parts of yourselves. I feel like you are able to like reveal yourselves to each other in that sense as time goes on. And I feel that with the tree here, you know, that you are almost like you're building a solid foundation, but it is going to take some time to like grow and develop. But it, like this tree, I feel like your connection is something that like gets stronger and stronger in time. And it could be something that like lasts a very long time. Something that, you know, some of you could have this person in your life for the rest of your life, or you could just like build something that is very sturdy and very long-standing, something that, you know, this is like kind of a loyal connection that I feel with this tree. And even with the arrow here too, I feel like you are going to be going the distance with this person. So again, they could be a friend, but they could also be a romantic partner. I'm sorry, I know that I've been repeating that like 100 times, but it's just something that I keep feeling here. And finally, we have this apple and this bridge. Now with the apple, again, I feel this message of like nourishment and taking care of your needs. And with the bridge, I just feel like it's something that is back and forth. Like both of you are doing that for each other. Or it's kind of like a reciprocal thing here. So it feels like a very fair, like, and a very balanced relationship or connection. And again, with the bridge, I feel like this is talking about sort of you possibly needing to take some steps or initiate the connection some way, or be more like bold and forthcoming than you usually are in letting the other person know that you are interested. So it's almost like you kind of have to meet the other person halfway, rather than allow them to come to you, or just, you know, wait for them to come to you. And finally, I'm kind of getting the message that you could meet this person when you are out of town, or when you are in the countryside, or when you are in some sort of retreat, or when you are on holiday, when you are like, I don't know, visiting your grandparents or your folks who maybe live in the countryside, or who may have a ranch or something. I don't know, that may be more of a specific message, but it feels like you could be out of town when you meet that person, or like not in your usual habitat, let's just say it that way. But anyway, that is what I am feeling here with these little symbols. But we also have some tarot cards to go through next. So this is a lengthy reading, pile number 3. And in case you are getting a bit tired, or you want to stretch, or you want to get some refreshments, this would be a really good time to do that. Just pause the video and get what it is that you need, because we are still going to be here for a while. Not too long, I promise, but just for a while. So if you're still watching, thank you, by the way. And we are going to get some more interesting details next, so stay tuned, because first we're going to see how is this connection going to come about. As I said, I was intuitively feeling this countryside thing, but hopefully we will get some more information and some details through these tarot cards. So let's see. Okay, interesting. That came out quite quickly. We have the 9 of Coins and the Page of Swords, with the Magician as the underlying energy. So we have some earth energy coming through, specifically Virgo, because with the Magician there is Mercurian energy, which is tied to Virgo, but Taurus or Capricorn could also be significant. And with the Page of Swords, we have some air sign energy coming through too. And I'm just pointing out the signs in case you resonate with them, if you have special or important placements in those signs yourself, or maybe if you, you know, when you connect with this person, you might recognize those signs within that person. Pile number 3, I cannot with the synchronicities with these cards and with what we have been talking about. I want to start off with the underlying energy actually, because with the Magician, this is like the epitome of you manifesting or having manifested this connection. Now, I'm not sure whether I mentioned that at the beginning of the reading, so I'm just going to say it again. This connection is going to be coming in for you within the next 6 to 12 months, right? So it seems like this connection that is coming in for you within that time frame is something that you have been calling into being. Now, whether you have been doing that intentionally or you have just been like sending out those vibes, that is kind of beside the point, because this is something that is, again, this is heaven sent. This is like you working your magic, but also the divine working with you in order to bring this connection into being. And with the Magician, there is also a message of you sort of needing to be more proactive in this, because the Magician is masculine in its energy. This is about making things happen, taking charge, being in a position of power and skill. And so that's why I kind of feel like there is several confirmations coming through with you sort of needing to take the reins a bit, or again, just be a bit more proactive and a bit more forward with your intentions when it comes to this connection and this person. The Magician may also indicate that this person could be a teacher or something. Because I mean, we had this house and we had the apple here too. So that's just something that like came through right now. They could be a teacher or a mentor or a professor or some sort of like expert in a certain field. You know, they may be like a leading expert or someone who like gives lectures or who gives courses to people. I don't know. That's just something that came through. So maybe that will help you to recognize them as well. But I was chuckling to myself when I saw the 9 of coins come out, because this is like literally making me think of like being in nature, being outside in the countryside somewhere. Normally, unlike the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, this card, the 9 of coins, is depicted in a garden. And so, you know, it very much feels like that is some place where you could meet this person. This may actually even, I just heard vineyard as well. So you could meet this person at a vineyard, maybe when you are like, I don't know, going on holiday there, or again, you may be visiting someone. That it could be like a reunion with some people, or it could even be that you are going someplace to like, again, increase your skills or increase your knowledge. So you could be, I don't know, going on a course or lecture or something like that yourself. It could take place someplace that you haven't been before, because with the Page of Swords, there is definitely an element of like learning and enhancing your knowledge somehow. So, you know, if you have anything like that planned, it could very well be the place that you meet this person. Because they may be attending that too, or maybe they are even the one who is giving that lecture. For some of you, that could be the case as well. But yeah, it feels with the Page of Swords again that the Page of Swords is a messenger, right? So this is about you know, connecting verbally with this person and possibly also being very like honest and straightforward. We are getting kind of the same message as we had with the Magician, that it may be required for you to kind of like either make the first steps or to just, you know, when you are expressing yourself, even if this person approaches you, to just be kind of more clear and more open with your sort of interest of like wanting to connect with this person more, or wanting to find out more about them. For some of you, this could even be like an online course that you are taking as well. Because of the Page of Swords, it could be like happening online. But I don't know, as I said, I keep feeling that this nature component is very important somehow. And, you know, maybe this is something that takes place outside. So it could be, especially because we have heavy Virgo energy, it could be something that takes place in like September, at the end of August, or, you know, September, maybe even October. So around the autumn time. I mean, we have apples here too, or we had the apple here too. So that could indicate that autumn could be the time frame in which you meet this person. But again, this may be more of a specific one. So yeah, it just feels like nature and outdoors is a significant place somehow where you may meet this person. Anyway, so let's keep going. Let's look at why this connection is coming in. I keep hearing gardening. I don't know why, but for some of you that may be important. Gardening. Maybe there's like a gardening convention, or I don't know whether that's a thing actually, but I'm sure some people who love gardening get together every now and then, right? I'm sure there are conventions for that. Yeah, I just keep hearing that. Okay. Wow. So yeah, we have the Sun card that came out first, which is attached to Leo because it's the Sun. We also have the Seven of Coins in reverse, which is more Earth energy, but this is more so Taurus. But anyway, any Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn could be significant. And we also have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck here. So I again want to start off with the underlying energy with the Eight of Cups, because this is very telling. And this is taking me back to when I was talking a bit earlier about you possibly having some emotional baggage from like past connections. And maybe you were still carrying certain things that were left unsaid or that were somehow unresolved with you. And with the Eight of Cups, this feels like there is this need for that to be left behind for good. Like some of the things that you have gone through that isn't really serving you anymore, you know, that is just like emotionally really heavy and draining. That type of stuff just, you know, it just weighs you down and it's not good for you, and it's not necessary for you to take that into the future with you. And so I feel like this connection is coming in to help you clear that stuff away and to finally leave certain things behind, to make peace with what has happened and move on. Because we also have the Sun, which is a card of freedom, of joy, of lightness, of just fulfillment and contentment in general. And we have the Seven of Coins in reverse, which is about like possibly certain things not really working out the way that you expected, and possibly waiting on certain things, or again holding on to certain things. So with both of these images, or both of these cards, there is the message of this connection coming in because you are meant to liberate yourself, and this connection is meant to help you to become more lighthearted, to find more joy in life again, and to find joy and fulfillment and like truly be seen by someone, and to experience a relationship where you don't constantly have to like wait around or to like keep looking for certain signs that this person is interested in you or that this connection is going somewhere. Because with the Seven of Coins, it feels like whatever past relationship experiences you have, they haven't really been too fulfilling, or you haven't had your needs met completely, and maybe you have just been like waiting around and investing into that connection or investing into those connections and waiting for things to change or improve in time. But I feel like that really never happened. And so with the Sun, this is about you setting yourself free from those experiences and not letting them like follow you around anymore, and also seeing like true fulfillment and being free to be yourself. And I love how, like, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but I love how the moon and the sun are like looking at each other like this. Can you see it? Like they are actually looking at each other. I don't know. This deck is so cool. I really, really love it. This is the Pagan Otherworlds, by the way, if anyone is interested, but you know, never mind. So, sorry, just as a last thing, I want to say that with this sun and the moon, with my eyes being drawn to how they are looking at each other, it feels like you are going to be shining light on each other's shadows. And I feel like especially this person is going to shine light on some of the shadows that you have been hiding or holding back. And they're going to be like illuminating certain things for you, which again, as you cast light on a shadow, it disappears, right? And so these things that have been at the back of your mind, I feel like you are going to be able to leave those behind and make some really amazing discoveries as well. But anyway, as the last question, let's look at how this connection will improve or enhance your life. Even though I feel like we already talked about that, but you know, let's see if we can get any more details. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this flew out of frame, this Queen of Swords, but the first card out though is, okay, the Ace of Cups that came out in reverse and the Queen of Swords, which is Libran energy, but just air energy in general. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be significant, but especially Libra. And we have the Devil, which came out in reverse, which is Capricorn energy. So I feel like with the Ace of Cups coming out in reverse next to the Queen of Swords, that first off, you are going to be able to see very clearly where you have been misplacing either your trust or where you have been pouring in love, affection or energy that hasn't really been deserved. So it's like you can kind of understand a lot more easily where some of these like emotionally draining or unfulfilling experiences, where they have stemmed from or why they even came to be in the first place. And I also feel like it's going to be a lot more clear for you how possibly some of these needs that you haven't been met previously, or where you do feel like you lack support, where you do feel like you lack love or unconditional compassion, or you know, possibly even, you know, some of these aspects you could be missing within yourself. But more strongly, I feel like this is talking about the relationships that you have had and how maybe some of these disappointments and unfulfilling connections have left you depleted. And with the Queen of Swords, this is really helping you to get very, very clear and to, again, cut off anything that isn't really aligning with you, that isn't fulfilling you, that is just taking energy away from you. And especially heavily, that is coming through. That was such a weird sentence just there, but anyway, that is coming through especially heavily with the Devil that came out in reverse, but I'm showing you the image upright. With this Devil card coming out in reverse, this is clear that you are freeing yourself from certain attachments and certain things that have been holding power over you, that have been controlling you, right? You are letting all of that go. And so I feel like you are able to take back power in certain instances, and especially when it comes to certain past relationship experiences where you may have felt like you needed closure, or where you may feel like there is a little part of you that's still, you know, that this other person or these other people that you have had past relationships with still have access to you, or they still have some hold over you or some control over you. I feel like this connection is going to obliterate that. It's going to get rid of that sensation completely. And again, you are stepping back into your own power with this Queen of Swords. I feel like this is your energy. Even though this is Queen, we are not talking about gender here. This is just this beautiful, very protective, very confident, very self-assured energy, and very straightforward energy. I keep seeing like how this Swords energy with the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords, how it keeps referring to being very clear and very straightforward with your self-expression and with what it is that you want to say. So that's the kind of energy of like saying what I mean and meaning what I say. And that seems to be something that you start getting more and more comfortable with and adopting more and more as you get more comfortable in this new connection. But pile number 3, the last part of this reading, I promise we are done in just a bit, is a loving, supportive message from this Oracle card deck. By the way, if you are still watching this, leave me a little lamb emoji or sheep emoji or whatever in the comment section, so I know that you are still here, that you are watching this thing all the way through, and that you are the real deal. Thank you so much if you're still here, by the way. But anyway, let's see what sort of loving guidance and support Spirit has for you. And then we're going to read from the book, which is such a sweet book. So let's see what we have. Oh, wow. You got the same message that pile number 2 got. So, and I mean, I shuffled this deck before doing this reading, so it has been shuffled thoroughly, but I guess it still wanted to come out. At the bottom of the deck, we have ebbs and flows. So I might read that for you as well, just so we could get some, like, some additional message here. Oh, and they are actually, you know, like 30 and 31. So they are like continuous messages. Anyway, a time to, oh, sorry, I'm all over the place. I apologize, pile number 3. This is the card that you got. I'm going to show you the image more closely because it is such a cute little deck. I love these illustrations. So the book says, we may love the road we take alone, and on that lonely road, we may find the truths of who we are. But until we allow another being to be close to us, we will not find out who we have become in relation to others. It is time to form bonds and relate, and rediscover your own thoughts and feelings in response to those of another. There will be times when there are shared experiences, their pleasures amplified because they are mutual. This is the true joy of companionship and friendship. That sense that the world is seen and experienced and even understood for a small moment by 2 or more people. All is sweeter because the deep longing to share with another is finally fulfilled. Yeah, so just in this case, it definitely feels more like a kindred spirits or a loving, like, romantic relationship. But anyway, ebbs and flows. I'm going to show you this image too, which was the underlying energy for you. And the message reads, sorry, let me put it over here for you so you could see. There will always be moments where we find ourselves unable to find our place within the world. Those we once knew have fallen away, oh my goodness, and those we have yet to form trust and loving relationships with are yet to come. We are sometimes given responsibilities to care for on our own when we thought they would be shared. It is natural to contemplate what we may be doing wrong or is lacking in us, but this will pass. The truth is, we all go through the initiations of companionship and solitude, of intimacy and estrangement, of deep understanding and the grief of being misunderstood or abandoned. This moment is an ebb, but soon the flow of companionship will come. Friendship and love will surely flow back to you, as too will that true and deep sense of belonging. Wow, I love that message for you, pile number 3, and I feel like this was the perfect thing to end this reading with. So thank you so much for being here and for watching this reading and spending your time with me. I hope that this was a useful and insightful, or at the very least entertaining reading to watch. And as always, I love hearing from you, so you can let me know in the comment section or just giving me a thumbs up, letting me know that this spoke to you. Always makes me smile. So yeah, I would really appreciate it. But thank you, and as always, I hope to see you very soon back on this channel. And in the meantime, take care, pile number 3. Bye-bye.